So I just want to start this video off by saying this will be very, very different than my usual content. So if you're new to the channel or it's your first time checking it out, this is very different from my normal stuff. Additionally, I want to give a huge thank you to all of my viewers, all my subscribers. I can't say enough. I'm truly humbled by the support. I totally appreciate it. You guys have gone above and beyond, and you've done more than I've ever asked for. So every one of you, seriously, thank you so much. Thank you. Hey everybody, Joel Hansen here, but I have to stop there because first off, this video is going to be drastically different than any other video you have seen on my channel. So if you're looking for eating videos, this is not really going to be an eating video. I will be eating a big Reese cup later, but that's not the main intent of this video. This is going to be a Q&A, but if you don't want to hear about personal stuff, you don't want the truth on matters, etc., just turn the video off right now. For those of you who do want to stay and listen, well, let's get into it. So I have to tell you the truth about something. It's not like we've been hiding it, but I don't think people are connecting two and two, and we only really mention it when it comes up. So Denika and I, we live in different provinces. We live halfway across the country from each other. I live in Ontario, Canada, right above Buffalo, New York, and she lives in Nova Scotia, Canada, which is further east than Maine. In fact, it's about as east as you can get on the continent. Where is she? Where am I? Do more videos together, etc. We love to, and we really enjoy our time together, but it's often limited. Denika now has actually finally agreed to do her first food challenge. So now if you want to see this happen, you can help. I have started a PayPal pool, which you can contribute to. I'm not asking it of anybody, but I just want to say you can contribute to it. All it's going to pay for is Denika's flight to Ontario or somewhere, and we'll go on a little bit of food challenge tour, which I will cover. But life has been pretty expensive of recent. We always have kind of bumps and hiccups. So if you want to help out, feel free. Make her first food challenge happen sooner, and yeah, we'll make lots of videos because we will be together. So now, on to the Q&A part. I have some lovely questions given by you. First, let's start the Reese cup. So this is a half-pound Reese cup. In the States, you can buy a pack of 2 of these. So there's like a 1-pound pack, but in Canada, you can only buy a half-pound, or the 1 Reese cup. And they always come out around Christmas time. So I was only able to actually get 1, and now it's past Christmas. And fun thing is they're like NHL sponsored. Canada loves hockey. So opening up this massive Reese cup. I haven't had a Reese cup in a very long time. And, oh, I will mention, so I froze this. I've kept it in the freezer because I would rather have it firm than soft. That sounded a little sexual. But anyway, so this is what the big Reese cup looks like. It's just the one in the pack. Actually, I'm kind of surprised that it doesn't have as deep a rivets around the edge as I say a little Reese cup normally does, and it's really not that big, but it is very heavy, high in calories. There's like 1,200 calories in this one. So here's what the Reese cup looks like. Oh, there's the divots. I mean, it looks good. All right, I'm gonna answer the first question and let's get into it. So this was a subscriber request, and I will absolutely talk about it. Hardship. How do you approach hardship? Times of negative whatever, and difficult times, and that's a hard question. The best answer I can give is that always remain positive and optimistic. Humans are creatures of habit and comparison. So we always compare things and we always get into ruts and habits. So if your hardship is being caused by a habit that you are inflicting on yourself or you are doing to yourself, please try to remove yourself from the situation. Please try to get out of that for your own sake. Now, if it is just general hardship because life goes on, I look at it like a wheel, the circle of life. There's going to be periods where up at the top of the wheel, everything's going great, and then you're going to be dipping down. And when you're at the bottom of the wheel, it probably sucks. And think of the rule of threes. Usually bad things happen in threes. So you're probably going to have a great, good period, and then eventually you're going to have probably 3 bad things happen, but then you're going to be good again. So also keep that in mind. It's only 3. However, again, remain optimistic. If you need to compare, which is a bad trait humans have, think about there's probably somebody always in a worse situation than you. However, what I would recommend is look at the situation objectively and try to come to a resolution or try to understand it better. If you're in a fight with a partner, what is the reason? Why is it? And always be objective. Don't let your emotions come into play. You know, somebody cuts you off, don't slam your car into them. Realize that maybe they just needed to get in this lane because it was ending or whatever. How to make a decision? That's a hard question. And again, it really depends on the situation. I would recommend objectively taking the pros and the cons of said two options and comparing them. Now, there are going to be some situations where one is equally as bad or as good as the other. And in that situation, that's what I call you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. And at that point, it's basically a luck of a draw. But let's eat this Reese cup. All right, I'm really excited. It is very cold though, but I'm hoping it's hard. Wow. All right. So the chocolate is super thick. More chocolate than I was expecting. And milk chocolate is the first ingredient on the package. I like it. I want to eat more, but I have so many questions. So let's get through them and I'll take a bite for each one. What's my favorite food? So simply put, my favorite foods are tropical fruits and animals. Now my favorite cooking method for animals is generally is barbecue. So I really like barbecue. I really like tropical fruits. Some of these questions I may have kind of answered before in other Q&As, but I've tried to make sure they're at least a little different. Most expensive challenge I've done and did I finish? So the most expensive challenge I have ever done was the Steak and Maine challenge, the Great Steak Challenge. It was $150 American, and if you wanted to not do the challenge and just purchase it out of fun, it was $170 American. So that was the most expensive, and yes, I did finish it, luckily. I will mention there's a $100 cash prize in that, so if you have a big appetite and you're in Northeast Maryland, go eat there. Really great restaurant, and the people were great. Now I can take a bite, yay! Wow. I like it. Lots of peanut butter. More peanut butter in that bite, and that was better. First bite was too much chocolate. I have a feeling that's what's going to be for the whole rim. Do you like lamb? I like lamb. I've had it about 3 times. They have been drastically different experiences. First time I had it was like ground lamb, and I found it tasted very gamey. Not a huge gamey meat fan. Or kind of tastes like liver if you don't know what it tastes like. So that was okay. Then one time I made really, really nice lamb chop things. Those were great. Really enjoyed those. And then I had it again and it was fine. Sure, I like lamb. It's okay. And then there's a suggestion to do a big lamb roast like on a stick. Probably wouldn't do that. I don't like it that much. Have you ever thought about doing an Indian curry challenge? I mean, the answer is no, but if I was ever one available, I'd definitely do it. Consider making one at home, but if I ever found one out and about in my travels, I'd love to do one. I like curry. I like Indian foods, like butter chicken, all that good stuff. The hardest challenge you've ever completed and why? Oh, I guess I get a bite. Oh, I'm dropping. Probably best to eat this over a table, but we're already into it now. This is good though. All right. Hardest challenge. I'd say the hardest challenge that I have ever completed was probably the wing challenge that I completed in Maine. It was at Wingas Bingas. I had to beat their house record, and it was like 90, maybe 91. And I had cooking issues with the wings. It took me almost like 2 hours. I was gagging a lot. It was probably the hardest challenge. But shortly second to that would be the Moe's breakfast challenge. I did that as my 4th food challenge ever, and it was a really big challenge. Definitely more advanced. If I went back and did it, it'd probably be a lot easier, but at the time it was very hard. And Cuckoo's Nest at Hungry Hollow. That was really, really hard. And why? Again, just, at least for the wing challenge, cooking issues. The other one's quantity. How did I get into eating? So I've kind of answered this before, but I'll kind of go into it again. So I've always loved to eat. When I was a kid, I was always like, I want to do that food challenge. And one day, after watching a couple of Randy Santel videos, I finally did. And I barely completed it, but I did do it. And ever since then, I've been doing it. Have you thought about Nathan's? Yes, I would love to do Nathan's, but I'm not sure I'm ready to sign an MLE contract. You have to sign a contract if you do Nathan's. And as I live in Canada, And all the contests, or most of the contests, are in the States. Not sure how feasible it would be, because I would only be allowed to do MLE contests. Alright, I deserve another bite. So the Reese cup's half gone. As it was a bite around the edges, again, a lot of chocolate. The center seems to be the best. Who would I like to do a video with in the eating world that I haven't already done one with? I'd like to do challenges with a lot of people. I still haven't done a challenge video with Notorious B.O.B., which I want to do. Badlands Booker, which I'd like to do. Also, I haven't done a challenge video with Jeff Esper, Nathan Figueroa, to name a few. What is your max capacity? My max capacity is probably about 10-ish pounds, and that was tested pretty recently when I ate all those donairs to get the world record. I ate about 10 pounds of donair plus about 2 liters of liquid, and I was pretty full. Now, flavor fatigue was having a big part in that, as like I still felt like I had a bit of room, but I couldn't really eat too many more. But probably somewhere about 10-ish pounds. I'm gonna eat the edge this time because it's not as good. Yeah, too much chocolate around the edge. Not enough peanut butter filling. Would you ever eat or do a conveyor belt sushi challenge? So at certain restaurants, I know specifically in the UK, they make up a whole bunch of sushi, put it on a conveyor belt, and you take off what you want, and then you pay for it accordingly. I would. I love sushi, and I have no problem eating it off a conveyor belt, but I don't know if I'd want to pay per item when I could go to a normal, like, all-you-can-eat sushi place and order whatever I want. If it was all-you-can-eat, absolutely. What's easier to eat, hot or cold food? I'm going to say warm, depending on the food. And the answer to that is, it depends what it is, like, really. So if it's this Reese cup, I mean, it might be a little harder to eat it cold, but it's not anything significant. Whereas if it was like French fries or a burger patty, it's much easier to eat them hot or warm. So I'm going to go with the term warm. Warm's the easiest. Favorite food challenge? I don't think I have one. Honestly, I don't have a favorite. There's far too many. And then I also have to distinguish between favorite for taste and favorite for like another reason. Like it was a lot of fun with the people I was with or something. So I'm going to say I don't have one for now. How do you prepare your stomach for a food challenge? Simple answer, drink water, lots of water, and I won't eat the day of. And if it's really, really, really big, I might try not to eat late into the previous day. So if I'm going to eat a 10-pound challenge at 2 o'clock on Friday, I might try to finish up eating earlier Thursday. Have I ever been nervous about a challenge? The answer is yes. There's been lots of challenges I've been nervous about for many different reasons. So one example is a challenge I recently did where I attempted a 10-pound burger challenge. It was undefeated and it was big. I was very, very nervous for that. I'm not going to say have I completed it yet, just in case the video's not up. But I was so nervous for that, and it was no joke. It was a good challenge, so respectively. And then also any other really, really, really big challenge or a challenge I'm going into with a little bit of ambiguity, I get a little nervous, but I think it's kind of like, it's pretty normal. It's like, not stage fright, but what do they call that? Performance anxiety? Nothing crazy, but it has been a few times where I've been really nervous. That's what's left over a Reese cup. What is your ultimate goal for eating? Just have fun. I've answered this question kind of before, but I'm going to do it again because it's a really good one. So Randy, for example, he wanted to do 50 states and 2 territories or whatever. I'm in it for fun. I like eating. I really enjoy it. It's like a hobby or a pastime. I've gotten some really good opportunities with it, so I'd love to just continue having fun with my eating and continue to have great opportunities. That middle is bomb. What color would your lightsaber be if you were a Star Wars character? And the answer is blue. I really like the blue lightsaber. I really like the color blue. Green's okay. Red's a little too evil. I consider purple as well. Purple's not bad, but I think blue is a pretty safe bet. Alright, so although I finished recording my Q&A earlier, I couldn't help myself. I got a few more good questions, so I'm going to answer them. Is there a challenge that I would really like to do that I haven't done yet? There are some monumental challenges, although I've got to do some of them. One I would like to do is the Great Texan. I think that's what it's called. It's like the big steak down in Amarillo, Texas. That's like a classic. Got to do that. Do you like turtles? Yes, I like turtles. I like both the animal turtles and the chocolate turtle. Will you be traveling a lot, kind of like Randy Santel did, specifically down in Kentucky? I would love to go down to Kentucky. I would love to go anywhere south. I love the South, and I love the warmth. So I hope to get to Kentucky one day. As far as traveling, I would love to continue traveling. I really do enjoy it, and everywhere I travel, I try to look up food adventures, food challenges, because it just makes it so much more worthwhile. And then a question, have you ever thrown up on a challenge? And if you do, will you show it? Well, I haven't thrown up on a challenge, which is why it's not on any video. I mean, if anybody really wanted to see me, you could see me like gag, I guess, but I haven't thrown up yet. And very last question, I promise. Will you do a cheat day or have you done a cheat day? I've never purposely done a cheat day because I do food challenges and the calories are so high, but I have promised to do a all fruit and vegetable or healthy food cheat day. So that will come your way for the next subscriber special. So I'll help those subscribers grow a little bit, guys, and we're going to have a total fruit and vegetable cheat day, 10,000 calories. I've heard it's difficult. I don't know, though. We're going to find out. And here's my last bite. So anyway, thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. I know this was a different video. Something we touched on a couple topics which are kind of difficult sometimes. And ate a Reese cup. And we consumed 120 grams of sugar in the making of this video. So that, everybody. Thanks for watching. Until next time, happy eating.